Well, good morning, everyone. It is the 20th of September, and welcome to this Agape Livecast update on beta. Before I get started, I just want to give a shout out to my wife, Vanessa, on our 23rd wedding anniversary. And yes, she has put up with me for 23 years of wedded bliss. And this is something that we have done quite often on our anniversary and even on her birthday, which is also in September, and that is do tropical updates because, as she put it, I guess yesterday or the day before, whose idea was it to get married in September and get married to a meteorologist? So I love you, honey, and may the joys continue. So as we start to look at beta, I want to take you to the uh, early morning visible imagery here. You can see that beta is still sheared a little bit, but the clouds are starting to overtake the center of, and we do have some convection forming around the center, but we are still dealing with some dry air, and I'll talk about that in just a second. But looking at the IR, we do have those deep thunderstorms wrapping around the center, but still dealing with that dry air. Now, the next thing I want to show you guys is the radar. We do have some showers finally starting to move into southeast Texas. We have a feeder band starting to move in towards the Jefferson, Chambers County area. Whether or not it makes it all the way into Houston, we'll see. Right along the coast with this, you could probably get some gusts to around 25 or 30, but nothing real significant. Now, what I've done here is put a dot where recon has found the center. So you can see that even though you see some rotation and it looks like maybe the center is out here, it's not out here. It's sitting well south here where this dot is located. Taking a look at the weather map, you can see I've put a symbol where beta is located. And you can see it's dealing with some dew point depressions of 5 to 7 degrees, and that is not ideal for a tropical system. Now, tropical systems are used to dealing with drier air as they move towards this part of the Gulf of Mexico because they start to ingest some dry air off of Mexico and off of Texas. But this is significant because we've had this cold front move through, and those of you who live in southeast Texas or other parts of Texas have felt it. You walked outside, you probably felt it this morning as you've walked outside. It was actually really, really nice when I went out this morning. And that is just not conducive for a tropical system. So we can really be thankful for that, as all this cooler, relatively cooler, drier air is going to be working its way into the system, and we're going to talk about the impacts of that. So here is the current track forecast and the current advisory. And right now, the winds are still holding at 60 miles an hour. The pressure is still holding steady at 997 millibars. And we are located 290 miles to the east of Corpus Christi, 200 miles to the southeast of Galveston. Taking a look at the models, we're still having most of our models put it towards Matagorda, southern Matagorda Bay. And I was just looking at the GFS and the European, and they're pretty consistent there. The European brings it more inland and tracks it over to the second tier counties. The GFS brings it inland and then backs it out over to the just right along the coast and takes it out. But it's a very slow process, and because of that slow process, we have some heavy rain to contend with. However, if you remember from my previous updates, after I kind of got a look at the dry air, the update yesterday, I said I really thought they were overplaying that rain. Well, they have finally adjusted it. As you can see, they're going for 10 inches now over the Galveston Bay, San Luis Pass area, whereas they were going for 20. Now they've cut that in half, and I'm thankful for that. And I still think these are overdone, actually. I really do. I think we would be hard-pressed to find locally 8 inches, and widespread probably 3 to 5 rather than this widespread area of 6 to 10. I really think that's going to be hard to find. And again, it's simply because you have a lot of really dry air. If you look at this, we have a large area of dew points that are in the 50s. and that is really going to be knocking beta down. Tropical systems and dew points in the 50s just do not get along. So the last thing I want to look at is the likely arrival time of tropical storm force winds. And as you can see, again, we're looking at sometime tomorrow. And these are only going to occur when you have these heavier squalls come in. And it's only also going to occur right along the coast. So bottom line is on this system is looking at right along the coast in the first tier counties. You're looking at rainfall totals probably of 3 to 5 inches, locally 8 to 10, probably Brazoria, Galveston County, that area. Locally, you may have an area or two with 8 to 10 inches. You're going to be dealing with a storm surge issue for sure. In some areas, 3 to 5 feet, I would imagine. And that is simply because you have this prolonged fetch off the Gulf and with the winds of the out of the northeast and the northeast, and that tends to raise your tides. We see this even in the wintertime, and I don't expect to see destructive winds of any kind. I don't expect to see this pull any surprises where it's going to deepen at the last minute and be some kind of a surprise that way, simply because we do have a lot of dry air in the area. And it's just going to be slow to move. And because it's going to be slow to move, somebody's going to get a lot of rain, but I don't expect it to be widespread, and I don't expect that rainfall to be thrown too far inland. It's just going to be very localized. I will be updating as conditions warrant, and until next time, may God richly bless you. Hey everyone, thanks for watching this edition of Agape Lifecast. And whether you're watching this on Facebook or YouTube, I ask that you do me a favor. Please like the video and share it. And if you haven't already done so, please like the Agape Lifecast Facebook page and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Until next time, may God richly bless you and keep you.